Okay, getting off work a little late, and I have been asked to join. It's been very difficult for me to keep up with things, so I do apologize. Here's my sweet ride. I love this girl. She's a joy. Runs like she's brand new. 93 octane tune, exhaust work done, motor resealed, painted. Everything on the vehicle works. There's nothing on the vehicle that doesn't work. It's just a phenomenal ride. It's a fun ride. LED lights converted, 231,000 miles, runs like it's literally brand new. Drilled and slotted rotors, 2016 Mustang GT rims, Tiger Paw rubber all the way around, and yeah, it's fun. It's about to get an LSD here soon, and then when I hit 50,000 subscribers on the channel, I am going to do an S-trim drop on. So yeah, it'll be a pretty screaming demon, pretty good. She'll move pretty good. Now I've been asked to talk about what are the advantages or disadvantages of owning a civilian model Panther platform car versus like a law enforcement model or something like that. I've been around with these cars a lot, and a lot of them come into the dealership. We do a lot of police work, especially some of the captains that still want to keep their Panther platform cars. Now, the difference to me is it basically boils down to luxury. They don't perform that much different than one another. Some of them may be a little quicker. Some of them may have, like a police package may have like an LSD to where a civilian model of something doesn't. At the end of the day, it comes down to what you want. If you want a stripped down, all-out performance version of something that you can just play with and not have to worry about screwing something up, I would say get a police edition vehicle. The more passenger edition vehicles, they make pretty much the same power. I mean, there's a little bit difference with some of them. You might get an extra 10 or 15 horse out of like a P71 tuned this, or a bigger intake or something. It has a throatier sound whenever you put an exhaust system or something on it, but over time you learn to push past a lot of that, and you can mitigate some of that stuff by taking some of the police issue stuff and putting it on your passenger type Panther platform vehicle. There's nothing wrong with that. I've had plenty of police Crown Vics pull up next to me and I just dust the hell out of them in this thing. That's because this car, I've put stuff into it. Computer's tuned, it's got exhaust and stuff, 373 gear set. It's not the same as it was anymore. I've learned to keep the luxury of my Panther platform vehicle and learn to work around it, make it work for me, learn how to have fun with it. Yes, I love the look of the sleek cop cars. I love the look of the stripped down, noisy, you can hear the transmission whine and that typical Panther 4R70W whine coming from the transmission, the little bit of rear end noise that you hear as you're taking off in a police cruiser. Those are something that may be sentimental to some people on why they would like that. They like to hear the overall sound of a stripped down version, a non-luxury version of a Panther platform car. But I like that to an extent. More importantly, I want my vehicle to perform and I want to be comfortable in it. So I choose a civilian model. I like the civilian models because they had nicer seats. They had, you know, maybe a better audio system, like a THX audio system with nav. Some of the gold trim signature series or something had, to that extent. The heated and cooled seats that some of the other models don't, or not heated and cooled, heated seats. You had a plethora of options when it came from a stripped down version of a police edition vehicle versus a passenger edition vehicle. I love the way the Mercury Grand Marquis, the ones that are outfitted with a lot of the luxury items and stuff, some of the Panther platform cars, people didn't realize you could still get with air ride and stuff. It wasn't just the town car that had that option. And they just are phenomenal, great riding vehicles. So if I had to choose a police edition versus a civilian model, I would choose a civilian model. Civilian models are typically a little bit more comfortable. They don't make as much noise. It's very easy to make the same power, if not exceed it, and the comfort level is just there. So if you had to choose between a police issue, utility issue, versus a civilian issue, the basics come down to what type of luxury do you want to go along with it. Do you want to hear all the creaks and rattles and cracks and stuff of the vehicle? Then you go through a utility vehicle. You want a little bit more power, or maybe a 355 gear set from a in-town police cruiser that was built that way with an LSD. You got it. You're saving some money there. You're getting a better gear set. You're getting an LSD that came with that car, and it's a little peppier than most other Panther platform vehicles. But really, $250 for a 373 ring and pinion, 3 or 4 hours of my time, some fresh oil. I've got a 373 that moves out better than that 355. For $350 more, I've got a 31 spline 88 LSD with a heavy duty locking clutch assembly that's much superior than that LSD that came in that. It's going to take me 2 or 3 hours to install and I'll be done. So I can achieve with $600 in comfort what that car already has, and still keep my comfort and enjoy my vehicle. I could go out there and get the 80mm MAF and the upgraded induction box with the bigger inlet that goes behind the driver's side light to increase some of that airflow and performance, and have a basic tune done for $175 to $200 for a programmer, or buy a kit set up, $399 for an SCTX4 and get a Marty tune for $150 that could straighten all that out. Shift better, perform better, work with that 80mm MAF and bigger induction setup. I can get that, not a problem. It's all in what you want. I choose the civilian model because it's more comfortable. I can do the same thing, and I just enjoy it better. I do like the look of the stripped down police cruiser though. There's just something about that. But you could do the same thing, if not make it look sportier, with the civilian model. What was that, the Crown Vic LS Sport or something? They only made for a couple years. It was a sexy, good looking vehicle. It's just all in what you want. That's my take on civilian versus utility police type issue. Panther platform. What you want to choose. You be the judge. Nobody's gonna. I'm not judging you. He's not judging you. You be the judge. It's your vehicle. If it's a Panther platform, you can't go wrong anyway. So do you, boo. Be blessed.